All right, so it looks like our streaming has started.
Okay, perfect. Welcome, guys. I am Ben Carew. It's Vibe O'Clock. Just to give you a little bit more context of who we are two grown-ass men just looking for a community. We are looking for a vibe tribe. What you won't hear from us is politics. You won't hear much sports. Maybe boxing. We did interview Ed with his boxing, but I'm Ben Carew. My friend Mike Moon. Go ahead and introduce yourself before I give you.
I'm Mike Moon, and I don't have a lot to say. Ben's usually the host, so you'll hear more from him, but I will have my side comments.
Yes, as you should. So let me give the people a brief description. We had a bunch of different options that we can choose from, but Vibe O'Clock explores the music, arts, and culture from past and present. We spotlight diverse artists and champion underserved communities to unite and inspire through creativity. And what me and Mike have been talking about lately is this AI revolution and how it affects our art, our creativity, our intellectual property, the laws that are being shaped and developed right now. There are about 20 cases right now in the United States. What I didn't realize is that in the UK, they don't even have documents that that give these platforms like free reign. You know how they have fair use on YouTube. There's a whole list of like fair use movie clips or fair use audio snippets that you can use. If you're over in UK, that's not even an option. So I think we're a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to some AI usage and some fair use. But I don't know. What say you? Like, I know we both use AI in a sense, right? But as far as your creativity goes, how far are you willing to give up some of your creativity with using these AI platforms?
Okay, so for me, I mean, that's a tough one because I really haven't explored AI tools for the music production side yet. I've seen a bunch of like videos on YouTube and a bunch of like promotions on promoting on IG and stuff like that. But I've seen a couple of demos, and I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's crazy. It's
scary.
Yeah, it's pretty
scary
how good it is actually. But with that said, what happens to artists in the future? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you and I are old school, so we're used
super old school.
Bro, come on. So, but we're used to like writing in notebooks and like writing down chords and how melodies are gonna go. I'm not super versed in like I can't read music. I mean, I could, but it just takes me a really long time to figure it out. I mean, it's just basic stuff I learned in elementary school and high school when we took like music from back then. I did,
but you can play by ear though.
Yes, only because I was always surrounded by music at home. Both my parents are musicians. My mom plays piano. My dad plays drums. Both of them play guitar.
Oh, okay.
But I never really went the well. Okay, I lied. My parents tried to make me take piano lessons. That didn't pan out good. I just couldn't do the whole like. I went to my first piano recital, and I'm like, wait a minute, why is there a kid playing the same thing?
See?
Oh, right, and it was like very uninteresting. It was like it's like being in class. Everybody's learning the same thing. It's like nothing interesting. It's kind of boring, and you only really pay attention to topics that you're interested in. And I don't know, being classically trained in the beginning, it wasn't it for me. That wasn't sparking my interest. So I ended up like kind of skipping out of piano lessons and stuff. That pissed mom off so bad. You have no idea. I remember one time I took my piano lesson money and I went to the arcade. I got busted. She was so mad.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember exactly like yesterday too, because I was playing remember you and I when we were kids. I don't know if you go this far back, but there was a game called Karate Champ.
Of course, yeah.
Joysticks,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm playing that game, and the next thing I know, something's pulling on my ear. I'm like, ow, ow. It's my mom. I got busted, but yeah.
My God.
So
She found you now. Now credit to her because she found you before GPS and all this stuff. Like my son has a watch, right? I know where he's at all times.
right. Yeah, it was so busted. But and then later in my junior high school years, I was around a bunch of kids that were like in a rock band or something, right? So they were carrying around their guitars and stuff, lugging that around. I was like, oh, that, like electric guitars, right? So I was like, oh, those guys look cool. I want to be like them. So
But piano was the first instrument that you played.
Yes.
Okay.
It didn't enjoy it very much. Like as I said, it didn't really spark my interest because I guess classic music wasn't my thing. We grew up in the 70s and 80s and were surrounded by some amazing music, and classic music wasn't it. You know what I mean? Then as I said, I seen these kids in junior high school like with guitars, and like they had like a little band and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's what I want to do. You know? I asked mom if I can get guitar lessons. She was like, oh, why? So you can skip out and go play with she said no. So I guess that's where my learning by ear came to fruition.
Oh, okay.
We did have a guitar at home. As I said, my parents played, but they really wanted me to play piano. So I tinkered with the guitar at home. I think it was about when I was like 12, 13. My mom realized that she finally, she was like, it was like a year or two after the whole piano debacle.
Right.
She noticed how passionate I was about trying to play guitar, so she bought me my first electric guitar.
Nice.
A Yamaha. But I refused to take lessons at that moment just to prove to her that, because I could play a little bit. So I was just doing it by I bought like these books at the guitar shop, and they teach you something called tablature. It's not the same as like piano notation. It's mapped out like the neck of the guitar.
Yeah.
So, and it shows you how to play chords, how to play certain scales and stuff like that. So.
And where to place your fingers and everything, and
exactly. There's like a finger chart and number chart that it's called tablature. So that's like how I got into playing guitar, and I would just try to also follow along with a lot of the bands back then. I listened to a lot of. Let's see, it was Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard, Poison, like Motley Crue, all the old big hair bands back in the 80s. Yeah, that was my genre. Don't to beat the odds. Like, with all stuff.
And I was thinking about that earlier. Like, I think that's one of the things at some point, maybe we can touch on it today, but like, how did both of us end up here in this present time? Because we both have completely different upbringings. Like, I didn't come up in the arts. My mother she was an actress. We would like rehearse lines together. Yeah, see, exactly. So that's what we're going to be doing a lot, getting to know each other a little bit better as we move along with this 5 o'clock thing. But yeah, so I remember my mother, me and her rehearsing her lines before her plays, and so I've always been and I've always had this admiration for the arts. And she kind of just nailed that to me. So, but that's why I started off as songwriting. I just literally 10 years ago just started actually adding instrumentation to my, artistic expression. So but you know what I want to ask you? Because I'm trying to get my son to, learn the major scales. And that can be daunting. It's probably why you didn't want to learn classical. But like, what do you think would be fun for a 10, 11-year-old, or more digestible for them to want to play?
I think, first of all, I mean, like, if it's an instrument type of thing, like, is there a band that he likes?
he likes YouTube bands and I mean he likes. It's so weird, man. The musical selection that these kids are listening to now is so different, and I know that's me sounding old,
Bro, no, I'm with
but
you because I'm just getting over that whole trap error that we just
dude,
put in the back of
oh,
our rear view.
please,
You know?
oh my god! But
Yeah.
I mean, he does like the guitar and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just keep throwing stuff at him, and then whatever he gravitates to. But I do want him to learn like at least the basic fundamentals,
Right.
of the piano, because it was difficult for me when I first started, but now I'm like leaning more into it. I'm getting more comfortable with the major scales, and then eventually I want to be able to learn the blues scale.
No, bro. I've seen you come kind of a long way with like the piano chords and stuff because I remember when we were kind of like tinkering around when we were a lot heavily engaged with BTO
Yeah,
and when we were at the record co, right?
yeah, yeah.
And I would hear you tinker around on the piano, but then I saw a couple of your other projects that you kind of like just video recorded. And then I singing and playing the chords. I was like, okay, Ben. All right.
I'm trying.
All right.
I'm trying.
The seventh chords and everything now.
Right. Dude, I'm trying. I wish I started when you started, man. At 10, and because he's at 10 now. I think those are like those years that they soak it all up, and it becomes super natural to them early. And if I had done that earlier, if somebody kind of took my hand and forced me to do it, then I think I'd be further along. But it's fun. It's still fun to me now.
But this is the conversation we had that started BTO. So
it is.
You know what I'm talking about?
It absolutely is.
I remember when Gio kind of like recruited us, and like it was just it started out a conversation at the studio, especially in my house.
Yeah.
You remember? We would just tinker over here because this is how we all met. This is how I met you and everybody else. I met Gio first at work.
Yeah.
And, we were just talking, and then I think Gio had worked for T-Mobile for like 10 years, almost 10 years at that point now. Mm-hmm. And then like we heard of each other, and but we know each other's name in at work. So like we come to find out we both are interested in music and stuff like that. I was like, all right, let's get together.
Right.
And that's when I met you. I met Louis. So.
I remember one night in particular, we were literally just vibing. I had the microphone. You threw on some beats. Louis would be in the corner doing like some drums, some 808s, and Gio would be writing. I would just be riffing. It was a good time, man. And we are so far removed from that. When are we gonna get a good jam session in, bro?
Like, we got a little sidetracked, but trust me, BTO it's an amazing feat.
It is
such a long way, and I'm very proud of what we've done. That's going to be another conversation on another episode.
That's the whole. Yeah, we got to have all the founders on and like really just because that's one of those questions I don't think can be told enough, man. I think, especially in the 6 years that we've been in development, the stuff that we've been able to do is pretty incredible to me. Anyway, I'm super proud. And I'm always in the chat, just talking shit, just checking up more people. But you know what? I wanted to ask you, how did you end up in Boston? Because I don't think we ever had that conversation.
Yeah. So, this is 2009. I used to work in a construction company. I worked in logistics. And if you remember 2008, 2009, the economy
crash.
It was pretty bad. Now this is when the banks were getting bailouts and stuff, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
So the company that I worked for, the clients were paid via bank. All of their projects, construction projects were being paid by the banks because they take loans out from the bank. Take that money, put it towards the investment in the property and stuff. But what had happened was while things were going kind of hot, the whole banking turmoil happened, and the banks stopped cutting checks for these guys that had
Wow.
money, that they were trying to use to invest in these projects and stuff. So, and of course, they don't want to use their own money,
Right.
right? So,
Right.
yeah, so we had to put a lot of projects on hold, and as they say, especially in construction, time is money. So
Yeah.
every day that goes by that we're not getting money, so there's just construction workers, like carpenters and all these guys just standing around not getting paid.
Electricians, all that. Yeah.
And not only that, material and stuff like that that needs to be ordered. Nobody pays. No, in construction, this is one thing. If you have a project and stuff, nothing is paid fully upfront.
Wow.
Everything is paid by how, like, unless it's a project that you're doing it for yourself. But typically, clients pay by orders, right? So work orders.
Okay.
So a lot of the projects had to go on lien. They got ceased. Banks were paying the clients money. So our company, the company I worked for, they actually had to lay off half the workforce. Right. At that point, I was the office manager, and just like kind of like a liaison between the project managers and the like the engineers, the architects, just doing logistics, making sure material is purchased and delivered on time.
Yeah.
That was my job, so overseeing that. But then, because of the layoffs, they wanted me to do a lot more things. But slowly, your 40-hour a week is becoming 50 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours. Now we're talking only Monday through Friday too, so 70 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's 12 hours a day. And then they couldn't afford to pay me more, so it was kind of like doing them a favor.
Right. Yeah.
After a little while, that kind of takes a toll on your mental health, right?
Absolutely. Right.
And also kind of like your physical your health. So
Yeah.
wasn't
Was that in Boston or was that in a different city?
that was in New
New
York.
York.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So Queens, New York. So ended up here. My sister was living up here at the time. She was attending Brandeis University. Said, well, why don't you come up to Boston? Maybe try looking for some work over here. Looked at a couple of things. I think I had at that time, maybe I was 2.5 months not working. And,
Oh wow.
And you know me, I can't sit still. So
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
I finally found some work.
Yeah.
Still working for the same company. Won't say
Yeah.
because it's podcasts and stuff, but
Right.
still
Yeah.
there. Thankfully to that company also, they kind of help us launch our nonprofit.
Yeah. Shout out to them. You gotta. Yeah.
It was
Absolutely.
our first $5,000, so
Yeah.
it's not a small amount of money, So
Hell no, I can use that right now. Actually.
yeah, pay some tariffs off it.
I can use
Buy
that
some
right
eggs.
now. You know? Man, I gotta fix my screen, man.
It's okay. It went blank.
Yeah.
This is why this is the pilot run where we're just testing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look back at this episode and be like, "Oh my God, Mike, you're rambling."
No, you're not. No, that's what podcasters do, man. But you know what? It's funny. I got a couple people I've been kind of like laying the seeds with and telling them like, hey, we're about to do this podcast thing. I want to invite you on. Let me know what's best fitting in your schedule.
Right.
So I'm sure we're gonna get some guests on pretty soon. It's gonna be even more interesting. I got some talkers too. They're gonna get on here and they're gonna take over.
Good. I mean, we need the content. I mean, this is what like you and I kind of like have been talking about for a while. Oh, geez, it just seems like yesterday, but literally, when did we start this in June?
Was it in June?
Well,
I think so.
We've been throwing the idea back and forth. I think around June, and then creating like small, like short clips and some videos. We did a couple of episodes with a couple of our local artists and the boxing. Boxing
with Ed. You know, Ed. We gotta tap back in with Ed because he can be like our our informative boxing. Our usual weekend, because
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on in the boxing world, but I am intrigued every time I sit down and watch. Like, I just saw a clip of a referee stopping a fight, and the boxer was pissed. He was so mad, and like I look at stuff like that, and I'm like, shit, I should text Ag and say, hey, Ed, what is
going on?
Ed, what is this about?
Right. Right.
So I gotta keep Ed in the rotation, man, because he's super knowledgeable in the boxing world. I was I was on my Chat GPT, because I know we had the AI discussion yesterday, but I was asking Chat if it could kind of predict some of the problems that will happen in the future as it relates to creatives and platforms, right? With creatives using certain AI platforms, and it gave it spit out a bunch of stuff. But have you heard of the sameness problem?
The sameness problem is that the likeness of like artists and their styles and like
That, yes.
okay.
Songs starting to sound similar, choruses following the same melody shapes, similar chord progressions, drum patterns, music risks becoming formulaic, even more than pop music. So AI is throwing a little dig at pop music, which I thought was hilarious.
Just when you thought trap music was done.
Right. It's gonna be 10 times like even worse. Like, ownership and copyright confusion, and I think that's going to be the biggest one, is the ownership and copyright confusion.
Right. Okay. So with that said, right, let me show you, because like we're this whole thing is going to AI, right?
Yeah.
This whole topic we're talking about today is AI. So let me kind of show you a clip of one of the ads I see on YouTube, right?
Okay.
So this is, I think this is probably the leading AI company right now, I would like to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, platforms basically. So this is Suno. Okay, let me.
Suno.
Yeah, Suno. So apparently, Suno. Let me play this for you. Give me a second. There we go.
Pasito pa'lante, esta música es gigante. Here we go.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's how kind of like they portray how you kind of should use it, right?
Right.
So they're a band, they're jamming. She's trying to get some ideas. She records some ideas, and then you take Suno, and you I guess just prompt it to tell you what kind of sound you're looking for. And so that string sounds, obviously there was no one playing strings there or like keyboards like that there. So it created that part and then the backup vocals and all that stuff. So this is how they're kind of like intending how it should be used.
Right.
But unfortunately, it's not like that in reality for most of the people that are using these platforms.
No, most people are they're gonna be like, I need the drums to sound like this. I do like how they have all the artists in that video with instruments. So they do promote instrumentation,
right?
Which is cool. And then, like you said, they gave her the chorusy voice. They enhanced her voice a little bit. So that is cool. So it's just so much that's unknown about it.
Right.
It's scary, man. You know, Suno did the demo, and I'm so mad because I heard people talking about how great the demo was, but I didn't see it for myself. I don't know if you saw it.
ASCAP, BMI,
Right, give me-
SoCan, they've come.
Sorry about that.
I don't know if you saw it at the Music and Art Summit that we did, but people were raving about it.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it. I believe there was a demonstration with Sanye. Sanye was humming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so one of these episodes, I guess we'll try to find some footage of that and we can show you.
Yeah, that'll be fire.
But
Are you familiar with Arcade?
Arcade, yes and no. So
Because I do use Arcade for my music production, but I see that they just put something else out that samples. So if you say you've already completed a track, Arcade has this other sampling AI platform that you can add to the track, and it won't enhance the track, but it'll add, like, they promote it as some missing samples. Like, it'll be able to generate
enhancer type of like AI. Okay, so it's basically helping you add additional elements.
Exactly. Okay. That's exactly it.
Which I think is cool.
Right.
Right. Which I think is acceptable if you ask me. Right.
Yeah. Because you want to play with different sounds and palettes.
Right. But then you have so-called artists out there that are just completely creating. So they claim they created it, but a lot of it is just prompt. And then I think this is where the issue is happening, because they'll be like, make it sound like an Eminem flow with this type of beat, this so-and-so artist beat, and that's how they're utilizing the prompts. So I think that's where you'll run into a lot of issues. They even
I know.
Like, have you heard the AIs mimicking artist voices and stuff?
Absolutely. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just heard a DMX song, and they gave it like this. I think the title of it was a Memphis Blue Soul style, but it was DMX's voice, and it was one of his songs, one of his classic songs, and it flipped it on his head, completely different. And I enjoyed it, and I hated myself for enjoying it.
Yeah, because you and I were trying to look for some content to put up today, right? So I kind of made a playlist of stuff. I'm gonna play a couple of them for you without putting the video on. At first, and then I want you to tell me what you think it is. Try to pick it out as soon as you can. Let's see how long it takes. All right, let me start with an easy one.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it's going to be easy.
Oh, you got this on the vodka content? Okay, nice. That's Jay-Z, I guess.
Yeah, you got this one? Yeah.
I can see his face. Oh, 99 Problems.
You weren't supposed to see that. But listen to this, bro.
Oh, man.
It's like all those years of guitar in the trash.
Right.
That's so unfair.
It's so unfair, bro. It's so unfair. It feels and sounds like a real. That's scary, man.
If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems, but a lady ain't one. I got the rap patrol on the Gap Patrol. Those that wanna make sure my casket's closed. Rap critics say money cash holes. Though I'm from the hood, silly. What type of facts are those?
Bro.
If you grew up with those and used up the toe, celebrate a minute you was having dough. I'm like, forget critics, you can kiss my whole
Whose voice are they? Whose voice are they using to reference that?
You can press fast forward.
But it's got
people radio.
They've trained the AI off of somebody. They had to use somebody.
They don't play my hits well. I don't give a care. So rednecks try and use my black cells.
Just kind of
So advertisers to give them more cash for ads.
Smoky voice, like a smoky.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So like smoky blues singer type of. It's like you could prompt all of that.
Oh my
Right?
God.
Just
bro.
throw in all of the lyrics and say, make, because you notice it says I got 99 problems, but a lady ain't one.
But a lady, yeah. So they cleaned it up, yeah. So give us a clean version.
All right. I got another one for you. So listen to this one.
Oh my God.
As he came into the window, was the sound of a crescendo. He
Smooth
came into
criminal.
her apartment. He left bloodstains on the carpet. As she ran around the table, he could see she was unable.
Yeah, bro, look what they
When
did.
she ran into the bedroom, she was struck down.
Oh my
It was
God, they
your
gave Mike the drag.
Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay?
Okay, so
See,
kind of like this one,
that's,
like I don't know this next one, right? I'm gonna the last one I'm gonna put on for now. It kind of made me mad and it wowed me at the same time.
yeah. That's the thing. You don't. You're left in limbo. You don't know how to feel.
No, I was like, what? Are you what? Because I was at work when I was listening at this, and my coworkers were like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
Right.
I was like, "I'm so mad right now."
So mad, but I also kind of like it.
Yeah, exactly. But here,
Girl, you know we belong together. I'm not a son of a preacher man like this. You've been my lover forever. You just seem to know me. We belong together. And you know that I'm right.
Let's switch the lyrics up a little bit.
Play with my heart, I know how to do it. Play with my mind, said we'd be forever. Said it there that time. How could you love me and leave me in there? Say goodbye. Give me back the love you've been holding inside.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
man. Because
I'm gonna tell.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, what's the point of making music anymore? I mean, like,
bro.
excuse me.
Just going back to that first song, the way that those guitar licks and just the feel of that.
Right.
I mean, the argument.
It's just prompted, bro. It's not like
It's prompted, but I gotta step in my prompting skills because how do you prompt that? That is incredible.
right. I think like what they probably would do is say like, because if you ask me the part, right, it kind of reminded me a lot of like
BB King.
Yes, you've
BB King
vibe too, right? So you like I need this song to be in this key, right? With maybe like a very like smoky room, slow blues, like then guitar and
Bill Street, Memphis.
right. So they were saying, somebody was saying like I think prompting is going to be like prompting artists. Like artists that like know how to prompt the AI stuff is going to be like the next generation of musicians.
That's gonna be a skill. That's gonna be an actual tangible skill that you need. Yeah.
So
no, I know.
I think you have to kind of still have a good palette of music and understand what sounds good,
right?
To make that sound good. Because I could imagine a lot of AI stuff sounding kind of corny and like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think prompting is going to be another art form. Because like this, like if you ask me, it's going to be the next sampling, like how sampling is.
Right.
It's back in the 80s when they, were doing a lot of sampling. This is how it started, but like times 1,000 right now.
Right. No, it's crazy.
Right, yeah.
But just like to your point, just like you still have to know a little bit of something about whatever you're trying to prompt. Just like using auto-tune, you still have to know what key to be in relatively enough to hit that note. You got to be at least close.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like,
right.
T-Pain wouldn't have been able to do that if he didn't know, a little bit of musical theory. Yeah.
Background, like that would make a better, because like you could say, oh, hey, in the bridge, I want maybe some strings and off the guitars. You kind of have to understand what sounds good. But yeah, I think, I don't know.
So here's the thing, though. Like I wonder, do these artists have like Boyz II Men, Jay-Z? Like, do these? I noticed they changed the lyrics, and in the title it says AI cover reimagined. Is that the loophole? Is that the way to get out of getting?
But this, I bet you these were kind of Let me see when that cover was made. That one was made. Actually, that Boyz II Men was made 3 weeks ago.
See?
But the thing is, this was before, because like I think last week, BMI, ASCAP, and all of them came out with some. You know what? As a matter of fact, I have here. Check this out. Let's go to this. Let me see if I can find this. There we go.
ASCAP, BMI, SoCan, they've come out in a joint statement that we're going to read together, and they're changing their rules on AI music. Now, what was interesting to me is that they're going to talk about how it works for registering to collect performance royalties. If your music was created in conjunction with AI, we're going to go through that. And I'm also going to give you kind of like the 101 run through on how this works. That's just important. Okay, so if you're new here, you're excited, hit that like button. But more importantly, they took it upon themselves to actually address what we're suing over right now against AI companies, but they addressed lawsuits against AI companies and their position on the, as we allege, taking of music without authorization for training AI. So let's take a peek at their statement. The three big boys say today they announced that they have adopted policies to accept registrations of musical compositions partially generated with AI. We're going to talk about what that looks like. The works can now be registered directly with the individual societies. While While an increasing number of AI tools are training their models in an ethically responsible manner that respects the rights of human creators, the three PROs emphasize their firm position that AI technology, companies ingesting and training models on copyrighted musical works without permission from compensation for or credit to creators is not fair use, but theft. Coming out with some real spicy wording there, right? So in
Theft.
other words, as we have alleged
Crazy,
against
right?
Suno and Udio,
Right, not to be confused. You guys are
songs
stealing.
that don't belong to you and using them without compensation, without credit, as now ASCAP, BMI, SOCAN are all saying it's not fair use, and in fact it is theft. So they go on, though, in the statement to talk about how they are in full support of not just like government legislation that is coming down the pipeline to try to address this, but they also specifically talk about pending lawsuits. So they're advocating for the enforcement of strong copyright laws, defending the rights of music creators, ongoing debates in US, Canada. All three PROs have endorsed meaningful AI legislation, supported lawsuits filed on behalf of music creators against the illegal use of their work by AI companies around the globe, and weighed in on AI policy. So I'm going to take that to mean I'm going to be getting a call here real soon from ASCAP, BMI, and SOCAN in support of our class action lawsuits against Suno and Udio. I'm looking forward to those phone calls. Now, what does this mean? Let's go through it. A performance rights organization is the society that you sign up with. You need to pick one. You don't have to go with everyone, okay? You pick one, and then this is the organization that collects your performance royalties, which is only one type of royalty that you get to collect for your music. There is streaming royalties from, let's say, Spotify, right? Those get paid to your music distributor. There, of course, are non-interactive radio streams, essentially, that you will get through Sound Exchange for the master recording. And then here on the PROs, you get paid for the public performance in, let's say, a bar in the mall that was on a TV show. So they had paid for a license to one of these PROs. So in any case, the money that flows in then gets paid to you, so long as you have actually registered an account there. Now, the reason why this matters as it relates to AI music is because you guys are using AI more and more. And there's now this kind of sliding scale that we've looked at for not only copyrightability, meaning your ability to get a registration for your jointly created song using AI. So it mirrors, if that makes sense, for your ability to collect these royalties. This is what they're saying the new rules are. All right, number one, these works are created entirely by humans without the use of AI tools. Okay, so you wrote your song, you wrote it in a notebook, you recorded it into a voice memo. This is 100% human created. You get to register, you get to collect all your monies. Hoorah. And then example number two, human created AI assisted. You also get paid for this. An example is asking a chatbot for a song title or idea using AI powered mastering services or plugins. Okay, so like in other words, using AI for more minor supportive tasks, mastering lyric ideas, title suggestions, right? Tools. So they go, oh, right, you're okay on this as well. You can register, you can collect, no big deal. Human created, partially AI generated. This is paid an example. It's going to be an AI chatbot provided a verse and a human created the remaining lyrics. Now, on this one, I hesitated just a little bit because I go, one of the problems right now that people who use these AI platforms are potentially risking is that the outputs themselves in the terms of service for these companies, they have said, well, we can't guarantee like where the output essentially came from because, well, that's part of our lawsuits. We're saying your data set that was used to train it, that is then influencing all of the outputs, well, you're getting sued over that, as these issues are so big question marks. That's where I go, well, what they're saying here is that, well, if you used human generated stuff partially with AI, so the AI, let's say, created an entire instrumental, you plugged in your lyrics, you plugged in some melody ideas, what they're saying is that you can still register those. Now, I think and I hope that where they're going to try to distinguish, again, like if you didn't write the instrumental, you don't own that. You don't own that under copyright law. You didn't create that, is a more specific way of saying that. And so I just have a concern about kind of the slippery slope of those specific registrations. But let's keep going. This is where you get a hard cutoff, and you will not get paid for these, which is prompt only or fully AI generated. Okay, so an example would be an AI generated all music with written prompts, even if the prompts are refined, multiple times. So for example, you use ChatGPT to come up with the song title, to come up with the lyrics, and then you copied and pasted your lyrics into Suno. Suno then created the instrumental. That would be considered 100% AI generated. So you can't go and register it and collect revenue on it. And back to the copyright example, which is a separate video that we've already done, but you also cannot go and get copyright registrations under those circumstances. So I guess my question for all of you who are watching, because some of you are AI creators, some of you are somewhere in between, is this a good thing? Are you excited about this? Drop a comment down below. Now, what these platforms are saying, they're like, we're trying to fulfill our ethical and legal obligations, right? So we're here to try to fight the good fight. We're not about the theft. We don't think fair use applies, and we actually think that what has happened is extremely damaging to music creators, and I agree. And I'm happy that they have taken this position, but obviously what they have done is that they have loosened what otherwise was a more strict, like, we're not going to play ball, right? If there's anything that's AI in this. Now what they're saying is more, we're going to be in alignment with the Copyright Office, and so some of it goes, some of it doesn't, but it does look like they want disclosure, and I think that's a good idea. So they go, at some point here very soon, we're going to allow you to disclose and tell us how you used AI. And so I hope that kind of helps in this analysis, because like I said, real slippery slope, but in how important this is for the framework of you collecting your royalties for the music that you are making. I've done other videos on this channel covering all the places that you're going to collect your royalties. Please watch those. But also with the copyright registration piece, understand that these two things go together hand in hand. And oh yeah, by the way, if you're not already part of our class action lawsuits, you can join by going to topmusicattorney.com. And in fact, here in a couple of weeks on November 15th, we're going to be doing a copyright drive. You should be a part of that, because the way I like to say it, copyright registration equals money for you. All right. So
She's dope. I've never even heard of UDI. What is that?
UDI, UDO.
UDO, sorry.
Yeah, so I kind of put that on our list. It says UDO composes professional quality original songs from text descriptions and provides advanced editing tools like song extension and remixing. So that's basically like pretty much what we heard with those remixes of like End of the Road, Smooth Criminal.
And 99 Problems. Right. So the people behind those don't get paid, because those are already songs that exist.
Right.
They had to go through they prompted the AI to do the instrumentation.
I don't know if they went to the artist and say, "Hey, we're gonna do this," and got permission.
Well, they would have had to go into Michael Jackson's estate and get the approval,
which they probably didn't. More they didn't.
Yeah, I doubt that.
It's usually like content driven, and what I also find is like YouTube is one of the highest paying like platforms.
Yeah.
So like I did a comparison on Spotify and like IG and like all these streaming platforms, like all that stuff, like Apple Music and stuff like that.
Right.
YouTube pays the most.
Yeah.
You would need to stream like Spotify maybe anywhere between 20 to 50 times versus one YouTube stream to get paid the same amount.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. I know. It's so that's what makes me not even want to put music on Spotify, man. I'm about to go back to CD hand-to-hand distribution, bro.
80s, 90s tactics, right? Yeah, street.
Right out the trunk.
Right. Well, that was a huge thing back in the days, but that's another conversation.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how we just had the Cash Money versus No Limit. They just had that, but that's how No Limit and Cash Money. That's their claim to fame. They sold the CDs out the trunk of their cars, and word of mouth is spread, and that's how they got on. And now look, fast forward now to today, I kind of feel bad for these younger artists, trying to find their way in this, and man, having to compete with an AI. Like, imagine having to compete with an AI.
Right. Oh, by the way, that clip was from Top Music Attorney. You can find it on YouTube, of course.
Okay.
That's something I watch her channel all the time, because like she always comes up with like the updated law on music law and stuff. It's pretty helpful. She's an artist
Yeah.
herself too, so she I think she was an artist first and then went to law school to try to do all that stuff. She's like she didn't trust nobody, so she went to law
Right,
school.
right.
Um,
Because if you think about it, think about all the artists from back in the day that complained about signing terrible deals,
oh yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
So nowadays, like if you're an artist and you're trying to figure it out,
Mhm.
I mean, if you go back, you can listen to any artist from back in the day, and 99% of them have signed terrible deals,
Right.
right? So now, if you're an artist and you're trying to find your way, you would want to do your due diligence.
99 was about the percentage they took, and the 1% is what.
That's exactly it.
Right.
Honestly, bro.
That's true. It's really true. All the big record companies, look how big they are. You think they got that money from just taking a small percentage of your records?
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
That's not how it
And they own the rights through
Right,
perpetuity.
which is the most horrible thing. Like after the contract expired, these artists were getting nothing.
That's why I like it when I see artists from the '90s buying back their masters.
Yeah,
So that's really a big deal because now they can they can do whatever they want. It's their catalog. If they want to sell their catalog or license their catalog, they got the option to do that. I think for younger artists now trying to figure it out, what they should focus on is actually developing a strong catalog.
Yeah.
And then they have platforms now that are willing to buy your catalog for a certain percent. And if you want to license it from, say a year or two or however long, then you got the strength to negotiate some stuff.
I think one of the things that kind of like strikes me and kind of makes me upset is when I see all these young talented artists that we have, right? Is they don't do the legwork and they're lazy.
Oh,
Like they just want to create music all day and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it big. Somebody's gonna find. Nobody's gonna discover you.
no.
Nobody's gonna do it without them taking a huge chunk of
Yeah.
profits. Nobody's gonna
Yeah.
do that. Like you have the internet in your hands. You have tools that we've never had. You have
Yeah.
knowledge in the palm of your hands. Literally, you got ChatGPT telling you everything.
Every step of the way, bro.
Right, and then they're still
Yeah.
lazy. I just don't know. They don't want to learn. They're just so lazy, which like is so striking to me.
Yeah, that talent is only gonna get you so far. You really got to do the legwork.
Buy your talent. It really is.
No,
Talent doesn't get you paid. It does not.
no,
You have to put yourself out there. You have to do the legwork. You have to understand how to protect yourself. You have to understand where the profit is. I mean, like if I learned all of this stuff when I was younger, if I had all this knowledge,
oh my God,
you and I would not be here today.
oh my God, and being consistent is you can hear that across the board. The consistency.
Right.
Even Nipsey, one of the reasons why we even started BTO, he spoke that a lot. He was like, I'm not smarter than any of these other artists. I was just consistent. I just kept going at it, kept putting out music, kept putting out whatever. But that consistency is a large piece. Man, I definitely got to tap in with her. I want to read something else that I looked up. One of the other problems that I had chat try to predict the bias in the training data, because the thing that strikes me about ChatGPT is it has to be honest with you. Like it has no reason to lie to you, at least not now.
Right.
But AI reflects the data sets it's trained on. Western pop structures may dominate. Black, indigenous, and cultural traditions may get flattened or misrepresented. Unique regional or diaspora sounds risk being normalized into generic versions, and this hurts the cultural and musical identities. And so it spit out like 10 different problems or issues that I don't think you or I are able to foresee. We can see some of the stuff coming down the pike.
Oh, of course.
But I think if you have a unique experience, then you shouldn't have much to worry about. And there are some AI platforms that you can use to enhance and make your workflow more efficient. I'm all about that. I'm completely fine with that. But you cannot just give it all to these AI general platforms and just allow them to produce all your content, all your musical ideas. You know what I mean? All your IP, you can't do it, bro. It's not sustainable, and you're not gonna get paid for it.
Right, but this
if you look at these laws
such
coming.
a trend. I'm kind of curious in what's going to happen with all of these AI artists.
Yeah.
Or I would like to say AI products that have been put out because they're not real artists.
No.
Right? So they're artificial products. If you have synthetic products, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's going to happen to them. I wonder if they'll be penalized for doing that. But now that the law has been a little bit more clear, as she explained, what's going to be digestible by law and what's going to be rejected and claimed stealing, right?
Right.
Theft,
Right.
as she said.
Right. Right.
So I wonder what's going to happen there. I wonder if like platforms like YouTube and stuff like that will be forced to take them down. And like, I'm pretty sure they'll get demonetized because YouTube has to kind of uphold what the law is going to be and stuff. So I'm kind of curious what the foreseeable future looks like when it comes to this topic across all like the streaming platforms like Spotify, like YouTube. I guess
I'm seeing all that. Like I know Timbaland has an AI artist that I think he has several actually. What's his name? There's another R&B artist that I saw.
I haven't really heard that AI artist stuff yet.
Yeah.
I think I heard a snippet of it only because somebody brought the topic up. But Timbaland was getting crucified, bro.
He was getting crucified
for what he's doing. But like, I think, I don't know, because that I just lost your phone.
Oh, my battery probably died. Hold on.
Okay. I thought you had the power plugged in. Or did it have like an auto shut off? Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical.
Let me pop another battery in here.
But yeah, let's see. The content earlier was by at Top Music Attorney, where we just got educated on how the AI law is going to be kind of put out. I see we have Ben's camera back. There we are. You are looking blurry again, sir.
Am I? Oh man, I gotta fix my damn camera again. Let me go back to my phone. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second.
Yep. I can't believe we got about almost an hour worth of content out of our first episode today.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro. No, that's not bad at all, man. I want to do like a like, share, subscribe type of, maybe you can plug in the middle when we're doing the edits and everything, you know what I mean?
I think we're able to do that in YouTube Studio. So guys,
okay, good.
We're still learning as we go, so
bear with us.
Right.
Bear with us.
Hashtag bear with us. Do people even use hashtags anymore?
Bro, that's just showing showing our age. Right. So if you haven't heard, please, if you want to be a part of the Vibe Tribe, me and my brother Mike Moon just out here vibing. We're just having a conversation about AI. I think it's something everybody should look into, especially if you're a creative and you want to know more about the laws and some of the stuff that's coming down the pipe and some of the stuff that already exists today. Shout out to the PROs for actually building these like, you know, they're trying to fight back because they know it's coming. They know they're trying to protect the artists, man, because it's about to get ugly. Please like, share, and subscribe. Did you guys know that subscribing was free? I don't know if you.
It actually helps us a lot, so we'd appreciate it.
We appreciate it, man. So what do you think, Mike? You want to wrap it up here, or you got more in you? What do you think?
I think we'll wrap it up here. We don't want to drag it too much.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got this done finally.
I know,
And then I've been trying to do this. It's been like maybe a couple of months already.
bro. We got to figure out now. We got to, what we got to do. We got to figure out a day that's realistically that we can just do it every week, every fucking week, and we just bang it out.
Yep, for sure.
Until we get our subscriptions up.
Right, absolutely. So
Yeah.
like, subscribe, please make a comment too. We'd like to hear your feedback. Good feedback, bad feedback, it don't matter. Feedback is
All that. Yeah.
knowledge. So
And we're gonna be right there in the comments with you. So.
thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right, Ben.
Peace.
It's been awesome. Thank you, brother.
All right, bro. I'll see you, man. Have a good night. All right.
You as well. Have a good night.
All right. Peace.